What is going on, Miami Hurricanes fans? It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Your boy Coop was out here doing some gardening and some yard work. And I was just thinking about the Miami Hurricanes like I always do, 24/7, 365. And, I'm extra hyped because the spring game is coming up at the end of the week. There's a lot of transfer portal talk happening right now. But I wanted to talk about something else. I wanted to discuss a realistic timeline for the Miami Hurricanes to win an ACC championship. And actually, let's break it into two different things because the answer could be different for both of these. A realistic timeline for the Canes to win an ACC championship, and then also a realistic timeline for the Canes to even just make it to the ACC championship because, apparently that's a big time hurdle for us, and even that alone would be a huge achievement for this program given our past history over the last, decade or longer. Yeah, actually longer than that. So this is not a walking and venting with Coop. We save those for during the season on Sundays after game days, even though I'm walking in the same location. It's too nice of a day, guys, for me to be cooped up in the studio. The sun is shining. It's 70 degrees here in East Tennessee. So we're just going to film it outside, and I'm just going to walk around. So there's a lot of natural lighting. I see the sun rays shining down. Just work with me. Just enjoy the view. And I would say the sunshine and the fresh air, but you guys can't smell that and feel that through the internet, so it is what it is. So anyways, I want you to comment and let me know down in the comment section. But keep in mind that what you want to happen and what you actually think will happen can be two totally different things, guys. So this isn't a prediction from me. I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen this season, year one there's a big bug trying to fly in my face, under Mario Cristobal for year one. I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen. I'm just saying this is what I think a real timeline is. This isn't my expectation. The expectation is a national championship every single year. So we should be playing in the ACC championship every season. But I'm stepping back, I'm setting my Canes pride aside, and I'm saying this is what I think would be a real timeline for this thing to go down. So first off, an ACC championship appearance, not a win necessarily, just even making it to the ACC championship, I believe should be and can be done within the next 2 seasons. And really what's wild and crazy when we think about this thing, guys, is that possibly the best year to capitalize on this opportunity and make it happen is this year. Because our biggest enemy, the team that stands in our way, most likely, is ourselves. Honestly, because look at the Coastal, man. Pitt lost Kenny Pickett. Now, we do have to keep in mind, I think they picked up a transfer portal quarterback or 2 possibly. It may have just been 1. But they did pick up a transfer there. They lost some big-time guys on defense. That would probably be the next big opponent in line because North Carolina lost Sam Howell. They have a ton of question marks. Virginia is still going to have Armstrong, so they have some experience there. But who really cares about Virginia? I think there are a couple of other teams in the Coastal that picked up some transfers as well. But Duke ain't going to do anything. Virginia Tech, we play them in Blacksburg, but who cares about them? Georgia Tech, man. There's something else. They're on a whole nother level and not in a good way. So our biggest enemy, honestly, is ourselves this season. So could an ACC championship game appearance actually happen year one under Mario Cristobal? Absolutely. It could if the chemistry is there with this coaching staff is what I really think is going to be something that we don't know how that's going to work out yet. Now, people are going to jump in the comment section and they're going to tell me, Coop, but look at these superstar coaches we have. There's no way it can't work well. They haven't coached it down yet, guys. And I'm in no way trying to be negative. I'm just saying it doesn't mean that chemistry is instantly there. You know what I'm saying? We have to see how these guys mesh. We have to see them in a different environment calling plays with a different set of players. Different skill set, different type of talent, and it should be in a good way. It should be like Gaddis is working with a much better quarterback than he had at Michigan, right? But that still doesn't mean that he's just instantly going to adapt and everything's going to click and everything's going to go well. That's honestly never the case. It's not even the case for Alabama or Georgia or any of these top teams that have been consistently competing in national championships. Things are going to go wrong, guys. I just want to go ahead and warn you. I want to get it out of the way. Not everything is going to go flawless for us this season. I know you don't want to hear that. There's going to be bad plays that are called, both offensively and defensively. Players are going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. There's going to be arguments on the sideline potentially amongst coaches as we try to iron this out and get this thing rolling. Now, again, I'm hyped because it should be an improvement all across the board, both with coaching staff and players. But I'm just saying, just be prepared for that. So, realistically, within the next 2 seasons, we should be making an ACC championship game appearance, and very highly likely, potentially, between those 2 years, that it could be this year, just given the mess that the Coastal is. But we'll have to see how we actually look when we take the field. Now, an ACC championship win within 3 years. An appearance within the next 2 years and a win within the next 3 years. Because, you know, the Atlantic's a little more messy. A lot of people are saying that Clemson, you know, after what they did last year with, what's his name? DJ Ugalele, I think is how you say his name. You know, really not performing that well, but I think they ended on like a 6-game win streak to wrap up their season. And, you know, they still stand potentially in our way for an ACC championship game. Who knows what NC State's going to do, and a couple other guys over there in the Atlantic. So within the next 3 years, though, I do think that's a realistic timeline to win the ACC championship and make a college football playoff run. Again, that is in no way any type of like official prediction. I'm not saying we're winning the ACC this year, we're winning the ACC next year, anything like that. I'm just saying I truly believe that that's a realistic timeline to make those things happen. Now, again, do not jump in the comment section and tell me, nah, Coop, ACC championship win or bust this season. Trust me, I said, guys, I get it. That's always the goal. A national championship, an ACC championship game. We should always be competing in those. I know. But I'm saying set your Canes pride aside, bro. It's tough to do. Trust me, I struggle to do it. I have to force myself to do it. And then even when I try to force myself to do it, I still struggle with it. But set your Canes pride aside for a second. Sit back and say, you know what? Okay, realistically, Miami should be in the ACC championship game in X amount of years, and they should win it in X amount of years. And let me know down in the comment section how you feel about it and what your opinion is. This season, again, really could just get... The season could get wild, man. Because even if we were to drop a couple of games, you got to think that in the Coastal, a couple of conference losses doesn't mean you're not competing in the ACC championship game. Maybe it means that in the Atlantic, but it sure as heck don't mean that in the Coastal. So we could even drop a game or two and potentially still go. How wild would it be? Just think about this, guys, for a second. Let's end on a positive note. How wild would it be if Mario comes in here and we play in the ACC championship game year number 1? Fans would lose it. Absolutely freak out. Now imagine if we won it. Let's take it a step further. Imagine if we won it. We would be building statues of Mario Cristobal on campus. I know it's not a natty, but bro, it would still be something else, wouldn't it? Man. And we have the tools to do it. We really do. We just have to bring it together. And we have some question marks. We're not going to dive into it on this video, but you know, there's some particular positions, aka linebacker, you know, some other places. We got to see how this wide receiver core steps up, because we know X-Man, aka XR7, aka Mr. Sticky Hands, Xavier Restrepo is doing his thing, but who else is going to step up in that receiver room? I've not heard a lot from Ladson. I've not really heard a whole lot from Keyshawn Smith, and that's not saying that they're not doing good, guys. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying who's going to step up and be a big-time target for Tyler Van Dyke throughout the season. And a lot of other places. We still don't know really what the lineup is going to be on the O-line or the D-line. There's just so many question marks. And that's what's truly, for those of us that just love college football, is going to make this season so fun, because we don't know what to expect when we come out and take that first snap, that first kickoff for the 2022 season. It's going to be interesting to see how this team looks, because right now everything's just on paper and just clips of practices and scrimmages and stuff like that. And you know, you try your best to replicate live scenarios, a game environment, which is what the spring game is going to do, right? There's actually going to be a crowd, there'll be some noise, and it kind of replicates that a little bit. But you can't truly, right? Once you actually there under the lights, it's Saturday night, prime time. You know, we're taking on FSU or Clemson or Texas A&M in College Station or something like that. You can't really truly replicate that. But we have some guys that have a lot of experience under their belt. We have a potential Heisman candidate quarterback if he can stay healthy, if the O-line can protect him. We got a loaded running back room. Man, it's going to get crazy. So like I said, not an official prediction or anything like that, but realistic timeline for ACC championship appearance, 2 years. ACC championship win, 3 years. Am I saying that that is like what has to happen for Mario to be successful or anything like that? I'm not even saying that. Literally, I'm not, guys. All it is what I think is a realistic timeline for both of those things to happen. So let me know down in the comment section below how you guys feel about it, what you think. Please humor me. Let's chop it up. Let's talk about it. I will be live for the spring game coming up this Saturday. We'll do a live hangout like we do for games, and I will have links. It's going to be on ACC Network. So for those of you that don't get that channel, the link man's got you. Don't you worry. You can watch it for free. You don't even have to be subbed. You can even dislike the stream. I don't care. Just pop in, and I'll hook you up with the link so you can watch it. Thank you guys for all the love on the channel. And until next time, man. Until next time. I'm all smiles right now. Like, this video's got me hyped up, bro. Remember, we're all one big happy college football family. But at the end of the day, I gotta say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. Go Canes, baby.